There's something standing between the trees, not moving, not breathing, just there, tall and wrong, antlers like branches, stretched wide into the canopy. Its shape cuts the fog like a hole in the world. Jules grabs my arm without looking. Her grip is tight. Don't speak. The thing hasn't moved for what feels like 5 minutes, but I know it's not gone. You can't imagine a silhouette like that, not one that sharp, not one that quiet. It doesn't walk, it doesn't shift weight, it just is. Then it's closer. No footsteps, no sound, but it's not where it was. I whisper, Don't, Jules says. Don't speak to it. The woods are too quiet. No wind, no birds, no rustle. Just the heavy pressure of breath I can't feel, but somehow hear. Like the forest is exhaling through its teeth. And underneath it all, that sound. Not footsteps, not an animal. It's like bark being peeled off a tree. Slow, wet. We turn fast. The sound came from behind, but nothing's there. We turn back, and now the clearing is different. No antlers, no shadow, but our packs are gone. In their place is a deer. It's been laid out like an offering, ribs split, legs folded beneath it. Its hide has been peeled from the skull, and something new is stretched over it. I don't want to get closer. My body tells me not to, but I do. It's a face, pale, human. The features are distorted, pulled tight over the deer's skull, lips stitched shut, the eyelids torn open. And it looks like Jules. Jules drops to her knees, dry heaving into the dirt. I yank off my jacket and throw it over the thing, my hands already in my pocket, pulling out the lighter. She grabs my wrist. Don't burn it. I stare at her. What the hell else do we do? She doesn't look at me. Her eyes are still locked on the tree line. It's not for us, she says. It's for it. I flick the lighter. The flame flares, then sputters and dies. There's no wind, nothing to blow it out. Just still, heavy air. And silence. We back away, slowly. Every step feels like it weighs more than it should. I count the trees. One's marked, triple gash, carved hours ago. The other has antler symbols etched into the bark. I remember this spot. We've been here before. The trail looped, or didn't, because now we're standing in the exact same clearing, only the deer is gone. And in the dirt, scratched deep like with claws or antlers, is a single line, "You looked." Jules pulls out her phone with shaking hands. We need to film this, just in case. She taps record. The screen flickers, then stabilizes. She's talking to the camera. If we don't make it out, then the screen glitches. Jules freezes. Not in real life, just on the display. Behind her, in the camera feed, something moves. Slow. A shift in the trees. Something huge. Antlers. Long. Crooked. Reaching across the frame. I look up from the screen. Nothing there. Then, a sharp crack from our right. Something drags across bark. Not walking. Scraping. Jules whispers, "Don't look back." I do, and there it is, standing in the middle of the trail, still, watching. The thing on the trail doesn't move. Not when I blink, not when I look away. It's just there, like it's always been. A crown of antlers, wide as wings, rising into the fog. Its face is a void, a skull, but not dead, a hollow, but not empty. Jules takes a shaky step back. The ground crunches under her boot. Dry leaves, bone dust. I can't tell which. We move without speaking, quiet, measured, like prey that knows it's been seen but hasn't been chosen. The trail curves, or maybe we do. Trees blur into each other, limbs folding overhead like ribs. And then we see it. A black stone, waist-high, flat-topped, covered in moss and tiny sun-bleached bones. Birds, squirrels, teeth, fingers. It looks like an altar. Is that— Jules nods before I finish. Yeah. She steps toward it. I grab her wrist. Don't touch anything. I'm not stupid, she says, but she's filming again, quietly. No commentary this time, just footage. I look down at the stone. Something's carved into the surface. Symbols, spirals, lines I can't follow. Then I notice the shapes tied around the base. Bones, charms, bits of antlers strung with sinew and hair, and something else tucked under the moss. I reach for it. Jules grabs my shoulder. Don't! Too late. It's already in my hand. A notebook. Leather cover, soaked through and half rotten. But the pages inside are dry. The first line, written in thick black ink. You don't feed the stag. It takes what you forget to protect. I read it again and again. Jules whispers, "What the hell does that mean?" I flip the page. Most of it's unreadable, smeared, burned, scratched out. But one passage is clear. It waits at the edge of names. You speak, and it listens. You forget, and it remembers. A new sound cuts through the silence. Not the stag, something higher. A rattling, like dry bone wind chimes. We turn. Hanging from the branches above us, more charms. Some small, some human-sized, all swaying. But there's no wind. The viewfinder in Jules's camera flashes white, then black, then back again. She lowers it. Her face goes pale. You need to look at this. I take the camera. Through the screen, I see the altar, the charms, the stone, and standing behind it, in perfect, unmoving clarity, is the hollow stag. It doesn't show up in real life, only in the lens. I look up, nothing there. Back to the screen, it's closer. I don't breathe, I don't blink. It doesn't move like a living thing. It's like watching a bad memory bleed back into the present. Logan, Jules's voice is quiet. Where's the trail? I spin around, it's gone. No path, no break in the trees, just the forest closing in behind us like it never let us through in the first place. On the ground, where our footprints should be, there's only one mark. A single hoof print. Deep, pressed into the earth like a stamp. Something's changing, Jules whispers. But I'm not listening, because the hoof print is still sinking, like whatever left it hasn't stopped pressing down. Jules screams, not out of pain, not fear, out of nowhere, like something reached inside her and flipped the switch. She drops to her knees, clutches her head, nails digging into her scalp. I grab her. What's happening? Jules! She jerks away from me like she doesn't know who I am. I saw it, she says, gasping. In the trees, in my head. I think it's in both. Then her eyes roll back. She slumps forward, still breathing, barely. I pull her up and sling her over my shoulder. She's light, too light, like the forest is already peeling her away. Every step feels wrong now. The ground dips where it shouldn't. Roots twist under my boots like snakes. I don't know how long I walk. Minutes? Hours? Time here doesn't tick. It folds. Then the forest opens. A clearing, but different. No sunlight. Just gray fog and a circle of trees, all bent inward. At the center, a stone well. No rope, no bucket, just open blackness. I set Jules down and call her name. Nothing. Then I hear my own voice, calling from the trees. Not like an echo, more like a memory played back out loud. Jules, stay with me. I freeze. I just said that, but now I'm hearing it again, and again. The third time, it's not quite right. Same words, but wrong emotion, like someone practicing how I sound. Leaves rustle above me. I look up. She's there, Jules, tangled in the canopy, suspended by vines. No, roots, wrapped around her limbs, pulling her up like a marionette. Her eyes are open, her mouth isn't. I climb, fast, branch to branch. The bark is wet, but there's no rain. When I reach her, the roots pull tighter. Her wrist jerks. Her jaw cracks open. Don't offer me, she says. It's not her voice. It's mine. I stab the root with my pocket knife. It shrieks, not a noise, a pressure, like a scream that doesn't need ears to hear. The roots let go. Jules falls into me. We both drop, straight through the tree like it was never solid. We crash down hard, onto stone. We're no longer in the forest. We're below it, a wide cavern. The ceiling is made of antlers, tangled and fused. The walls are bones. In the center stands the Hollow Stag, still. Jules groans beside me, bleeding, awake. The stag doesn't move, doesn't speak. But its presence is a weight, a verdict. Jules reaches into her jacket, pulls out the bone-handled knife from earlier. Her hands tremble. She carves a symbol into my palm. "I saw this in a dream," she says. "It keeps it out, or keeps us in. I don't know." The stag tilts its head, just a few degrees, but enough to make every bone in my body go cold. A voice fills the space, not through ears, through memory. "One of you goes, the other stays." We stare at each other. Neither of us moves. The stag waits. We don't move. The Hollow Stag waits. It doesn't breathe, doesn't shift, just watches, like it's giving us time to choose. Jules squeezes my hand. If one of us has to stay, no. She holds up the bone-handled knife. It wants a trade, something it can keep. It won't stop unless it's satisfied. I step forward. "Take me." But the stag doesn't answer. Instead, the cavern trembles. Dust falls from the antlered ceiling. Jules stumbles. Behind her, the stone wall begins to shift, not collapse, but open, pulling inward like lungs inhaling. And I finally get it. This place isn't built around the stag. It is the stag. Its ribs are the trees. Its antlers are the sky. The Hollow Stag isn't in the forest. It is the forest. It speaks again, but not in words. A voice that comes from inside me. Name or face, blood or breath, leave something, or stay forever. Jules steps toward it. I grab her. "Don't." She shakes her head. "It's already in me. I felt it when we crossed the stone. I didn't say anything because I thought I could fight it." Tears run down her cheeks. She leans in close. "You're going to walk out of here, and you're going to forget me. That's how it lets people go." I pull her in, hold her so tight it hurts. "There has to be another way." "There is," she says, "but it's worse." She kisses me once, hard, then shoves me backward, off the stone platform. I hit the ground, wind knocked out of me. I crawl forward, but the roots rise between us, closing like a gate. She doesn't scream. She just looks at me. The light fades, and she's gone. I don't remember how I got out. One second, I was in the cavern, and the next, I'm stumbling out of the trees into a ranger station parking lot. They find me, ask questions. I answer, but I can feel the holes. "What's your name?" I pause, mouth open, empty. Nothing comes. The ranger frowns. "You okay?" I nod. I think. But in the window behind him, I catch my reflection. And for half a second, just half, my face isn't mine. No eyes, no mouth, just smooth, pale skin, and the faint outline of antlers rising from the sides of my head. Jules' camera was recovered 2 weeks later. They never found her. The last recording ends with my voice. Some trails don't lead you out, they lead you in. No one remembers filming it, not even me.
Some trails don't lead you out, they lead you in. The forest keeps its secrets, but I'll be here, waiting by the fire. If you heard that voice calling your name, would you answer?